right, let's get it started, man. Special episode, man. We got the bonus content.
Sir.
Yes, sir, man. You know what's funny? I was gonna say Patreon exclusive, but we don't even know if we're doing Patreon or we doing YouTube.
Members only.
Members only.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna ask you that about the last episode that I just did. Oh man. But we in the building, Mr. J Hill, I'm here.
Alexander Blanc is here.
1% Better Show, you know. Listen, man, shout out to all the new and returning subscribers of the J Hill Network, the 1% Better Show, the J Hill Podcast, all of that. At this point, we just going. It's just one thing.
Yep.
You know, we appreciate you guys. For you guys that support us, please go support us the real way by, send us some money, man. And send a note when you send the money so we can send you a shout out. We got PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, all of that. We appreciate you. But without further ado, we got special guests in the building. The Wolf Has Spoken podcast featuring Q.
Yes, sir.
And
sir.
the Wolf himself.
Yes, sir. What's up,
Hey,
man?
fellas, what up?
Hey, what's up, man? We glad to be here.
How y'all feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. I feel good. I just drove in from Nashville. I flew in.
What you had in Nashville?
Vibes.
Yeah, the vibes.
nigga always try to be cool with it. I just had some
Nashville
vibes.
top 3 of my cities right now.
Top
Top
three vibes?
three?
Top 3.
So
It might be 4, but it's still like top 5 for
I
sure.
went to
is-
Nashville one time.
Talk to me.
I can't say top 3 vibes, but I did see some vibes. I can't say top 3.
But it wasn't the vibes you seen wasn't top 3 you've seen in all your travels.
List them, bro. What's your top 3?
Top
bro?
3, easy. Maryland,
Yeah,
easy.
DMV. Okay.
PG County shit.
The whole DMV.
Oh, you talking
yeah,
about?
the
You
whole-
talking about?
Yeah, DMV for sure, easy. Not even close.
Miami.
I never enjoyed Miami, so I can't really say, but I've heard a lot of good things about Miami. I heard a lot of good things about Toronto, but I've never been to
I have
Toronto.
heard about that. Haven't been.
Yeah, but I
about
must, for
Toronto.
me, just from what I've seen, I'm gonna say DMV. I'm gonna go LA,
I'm not an LA
Interesting.
fan.
and I'm not an LA fan either.
Yeah.
But
But the vibes, he said.
the woman,
That's what I mean by the
they
vibes.
fit, they look good, they
So,
look.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and I'm rushing through this, guy. So bear with me. I'm gonna have to say New York.
Easily, I thought.
So,
I want to put New York and Philly together, honestly, but
I wasn't saying vibes like the women out there though. It's actually Caucasian as well. I
So
was
what the
saying
hell
like
you talking
the
about?
vibes, like the atmosphere, like
man, this nigga don't go to hell,
I
man.
thought he turned into a milk merchant.
No.
That's what I thought. He's like.
no, I was saying like the energy. I was with a vibe, so it was a good vibe.
Okay,
Like,
yeah,
but it-
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but it was a vibe. But if we talking like that,
However,
It's not top 4 on that.
no,
Nah,
Okay,
no.
because I was confused. I was like, that's
what I was
different.
like, what are you talking about?
damn, he like that was a hot take to start with.
No, I was talking about like the fact that you could walk up and down Broadway. There's a bunch to do.
Radio
everything
City,
is-
all
yeah,
that,
it's like
yeah.
there's a lot of culture. Different culture, but it's a couple of little black culture there too, and it was just different. And the
It's
food
like
was good.
Country Radio City. It
Yeah.
ain't really Radio City. It's
No,
like
I thought that's
country
what they call it,
music.
though, no? It didn't really say
I don't
that.
know the history behind
Like
that
country
shit. I ended
music,
up
right?
there. I
For
never
sure.
even knew I would ever be in Nashville.
I've been
I
in
just ended
Nashville
up
one
out
time.
there.
It was fun though, for sure. It was fun.
Yeah, Nashville was fun.
I was at a party there. The DJ was nice as
Nashville.
Nashville. He got the party lit off of Drake, the new project, Drake and
Party?
Party Next Door.
Oh, so this is
just
recently.
there. Yeah,
Yes.
I was there yesterday.
I'm in
Y'all was there
Miami,
together.
sorry. Bro,
I seen him.
they got lit just off of just low key music. I'm like, damn it, it's hitting.
You was okay.
I was there, yeah.
And I gotta be honest, I was on the fence about that project, and then Wolfie. Well, I ain't gonna say he made me a believer. He made me a believer in the infamous song. Yeah,
Which one?
We in Miami turning up.
yeah,
Somebody
the
let
one
me-
that everybody play and shit. Like, that's
It was just the music in Miami.
we was in Miami.
It
That
made
song's the
sense. We on a
soundtrack for the
yacht.
weekend, and I was
Yeah,
like,
we in a truck. It
This
just made
shit,
sense.
yeah, I can't even front on it. Like,
It's funny because I liked a lot of songs.
You ain't like that one?
No, I liked a lot of songs, and niggas was killing me at first. When I first listened to that, I was like,
did.
man, I'm like, bro, it's so many hits on that. Niggas like, oh, you tripping,
Yeah, I
bro? You
wasn't-
just
I wasn't
a Drake
moved.
fan. I'm like, you bugging.
Y'all are just Drake fans, though.
No, because there's some really
it was cool,
even
though.
like
Nokia.
Nokia.
That joint was cool.
I like that before everything.
It's
No,
catchy.
it took me a while. I had to
I like-
see it.
I like
had to see it
Nokia.
in rotation.
It's
I like
cool. It's
Nokia.
cool.
I
It's
like
catchy.
Raining in Houston. I even like
I've heard people say
Crying
that.
in Chanel.
I even like the Spanish song.
What is that shit called?
We deep into the trenches.
Yo, I wanna meet you, my JP. Respect to your padre, mi amor.
Nigga back in the poppy store.
hey, no. So
Badlands.
Dre got the slaps though. I go to Chicago tomorrow.
Oh, you going?
Yeah.
I got
Pull up,
invited.
man.
We talk.
Great city.
Well, look, it's yacht weekend.
Yeah.
Black
you
Yacht
know?
Weekend.
If you going, that's a different conversation.
I'm going for sure.
I might see the vibes there.
Hey.
But you ain't get to say your top 5, your top 3.
No, but
Because he wasn't talking about the.
Yeah, I was talking about
Oh,
the
different
He's talking
vibe.
about different type of
I'm gonna let it
vibe.
rock.
I don't know what type of vibe he talking about.
I mean, if we talk, why would I ever say Nashville got top 3 women? That's wild.
Hey,
literally
wait,
wild.
I ain't know.
I'm not saying that it's not vibes out there, but like that is a hot take.
Very much a hot take.
I might be the only motherfucker on that shit. Nigga, what you was
That's a new hill to
But
be
you know what's
on.
funny though?
Niggas different.
Like we in demand down there. Like I'm just saying, like
Philly?
black men.
Philly too though.
Every single black man I seen, he had on cowboy shit. Like he was walking.
He had the cowboy boots with the hat.
Cowboy Carter
With a
time.
tight pants on?
No nigga with ball shorts. Like
Oh,
hey,
shit.
yo,
Hey, yo,
it was
what's
different.
Different.
Hey,
It was different.
I don't even know what ball shorts is. I'm not even going to ask. But
They
it's
had
okay.
ball shorts.
Oh,
Ball shorts.
All right.
you
Come on.
I ain't know.
Yo, sir.
You're from up north. Come on.
Bro, I would have said hooping shorts, me personally, but
No,
okay.
we call them ball shorts. Where you from?
Yeah, I mean,
Y'all don't call them ball shorts? Like,
y'all also say y'all be drawing.
they be drilling. Yeah. Nigga,
We
y'all
doing
niggas,
this? We doing this?
Y'all niggas call people dummy.
That's crazy. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and I agree with you.
Who's
That's
y'all
not
niggas?
that's not cool.
Them niggas. You say y'all call niggas fool.
Yeah.
All right, what the fuck? Dummy fools.
Yeah, neither
That's
one.
y'all niggas dickheads though.
Nah, that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
like
Y'all
nothing.
get extra disrespectful in Philly, though.
Wow.
Next level.
Niggas get extra disrespectful.
Pussy, dickhead, and bitch is all signs of respect depending on the context. Like
Yeah, nah, I
you
don't-
might tell your homie, bitch, shut up, man, or pussy, shut your nut ass up, and with that shit all love.
Nut ass nigga. That's
For
another
sure.
one. Like,
for sure.
I don't like none of this shit.
no.
Let's get into this conversation, man. Alex, we had a question, and I was like, I can't answer the question, man. I was like, ask Wolf ass. He was like something about
Yeah, bro.
what was the question?
We was having a conversation about friendship. And I was saying that I feel like it's easier for men to make friends and then keep friends for a longer duration than
100%.
women. Or what I've seen is like anytime I'm dating a chick and something like that, like she talks about like I only got 1 or 2 friends. You know what I'm saying? And one of my exes, she actually brought that up. She was like, I'm actually envious of you. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that you have friends over 20 plus years and y'all still locked in. Even if y'all had beef, y'all still find a way to reconcile. So we were just asking the question. It was like, why do you think that that's the case? And he was like, man, that's a Wolf question. So now we asking Wolf.
There's a lot of ways we could take it, but it's the premise that in which our friendships is based on. So like because like it's based on intangible things that actually is solidified by principles and certain character traits, and then our friendships get tested, and it forces us into extending each other grace. Like your friends these are the people you're gonna go to battle with on a basketball court, on a football field. If you got an issue, this is your community that you can lean on if you going through financial issues, if you need advice, if you need perspective. So because all of the things that bring us together is deeper than anything that could be, because like the things that make us not be friends are things that go against our moral compass, our principles, the foundation of what we consider to be loyalty, love, respect, honor, things like that. And because women be friends from an aesthetic, they be friends because each other is pretty. They be friends because of proximity, because they work together. It's nothing like our friendship is not based on that. It's based on being able to align in these capacities and then knowing that we're going to show up for one another. Now, granted, they might do that too, but because emotions fluctuate, you know what I mean? And, it's constantly a wheel and revolving cycle. They don't always get back to base, where though we might feel away, but we can always rationalize and be like, but how I feel is not stronger than what we built through trials and tribulations, test, the time, loyalty, and, because we only know a friendship when it get tested. I don't know if you're my friend just because we say we friends.
That's a fact. Yeah, nah. That's why I can't even answer, because I know I got good friends, and I think I've had friends for years on out. Not saying that women don't, but I do see women fall out with a lot of their friends a lot of the time. Whereas though I probably fall out with a couple of my friends, and it's to the point where as though I'm good, but even that, we still can have a conversation. I don't hate them unless you just do some foul shit.
I got a question for you then. What would make you commit to a woman?
commit to a woman, like as my woman.
Yeah. Nigga just loaded
Just
the
make my
clip.
life easier. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I got everything else. You just make my life easy. If you cook, you clean, you got your own thing going, because I think that's something that I'm really heavy into in this season of my life. You gotta have your own thing going. But like if you make my life easier, and compatibility now, right? I'm big on compatibility. I don't want to just fall in love with the times. Like we gotta be compatible. Like I want to be able to love you the way you want to be loved, and I want to be able to be loved the way I want to be loved. So 10 years from now, we not talking about but you. Nah. I want us to be compatible from the jump. So I think that's a big thing for me. But most importantly, if you make my life easier, that's really it. We can have some compatibility. We got great chemistry. You know what I'm saying? When I say compatibility, like, you know, I like quality time and acts of service.
That's your love language,
right? So it's like I'm big on that now, because if you somebody that accept love and like words of affirmation, which most women do, depending on who you deal with, depends on what words of affirmation look like. Because if you look good, I'm telling you, you look good all the time, right? But some women might not be okay with that, right? But I would love to have somebody who also like acts of service and quality time too. That way I'm loving you the way you want to be loved, and I'm getting the love back.
What about from a character perspective?
Character perspective? That's a great question. Do we even think about that?
We should.
I hope so.
I mean,
We should,
yeah, like I think I'm not gonna deal with somebody who doesn't have good character anyway. So I don't think about that. Like
I get what you're
I
saying.
would say none, but not to cut you off. But we do think about that, because you asked me when I was talking about Shorty.
Yeah.
You were like the number one thing. You were like, you gotta see how her character is. So we definitely think about it, because that was you brought that up. Actually, it was like, how is her character?
Subconscious for you because you're already attracted
like,
to certain people.
Yeah, that's like shit. Even my ex, like we broke up, and you know what I'm saying. But she a great mom. I can't really. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Like,
so the reason I ask that is because typically the way we like our commitment is based on certain fundamental principles. So, and theirs is not. It's based on what they gain, what they lose, what they like, what they love. It's like, so all that fluctuates. Yeah, you said where?
Where they at?
Where they at? Yeah,
that's
go
a
to the
fact.
proximity.
Yeah.
So friendship can't operate like that. Like we can't have a friendship that's largely based on transaction, right? But because a lot of the time, and that's why I say, like, when you have something solid, you're like, that's my friend because of these said things. That's my wife because of these said things. You know what I mean? Family is just family, right?
Yeah,
so it's
facts.
like, I don't gotta fuck with you just because we related.
choose your friends.
But the fact that so it's like when they picking their friends, what's the base of it? And because the base of it is typically some, you know, surface level type. Now, I be impressed when I see women with 20 plus years. If I see a woman with a long-term friendship group, I believe she is good with commitment. I'll believe her being loyal. Because for me, I look at it like, you went through trials and tribulations with these friends. You know, y'all had them fallout. Y'all done came to resolve. Y'all done grew. Y'all done gave each other grace. That shows me that you're capable of a long-term relationship versus someone who don't have a long-term friendship at all. Now, I'm not saying you incapable, but I'm just looking at it like, all right, that we gotta evaluate.
Yellow
that.
flag.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a different perspective, though.
Talk to me.
Yo, look, I know you're enjoying the episode right now, but just give me a few seconds of your time so I can help you upgrade yourself and get to the bag. I have the #1 AI community on the school app for non-tech savvy users. And on this community, they're going to have 6, 7, and 8-figure AI experts teaching you how to use AI. This is way bigger than ChatGPT. Yeah, they're going to teach you how to use ChatGPT more effectively and build better prompts, but they also going to show you how to build ebooks, create websites, and chatbots. They're also going to show you how to create images, voiceovers, and music using AI. This is something that you do not want to miss out on, because this is going to help you automate your business so you can get paid every single month. Yo, we got bills that come out of our bank accounts every month. Therefore, we should be getting paid automatically every single month. Do not miss out on this opportunity. I need you to download the school app right now. Search Digital Boss Code so you can start learning AI and you can build your business. But I ain't even tell you the best part about it. Yo, this is a done-for-you business, meaning that you can resell it to other people and you can make 50% of the revenue each and every month. Download the school app right now. Search Digital Boss Code and start making this money. It's too much money out here for us not to be getting none. Let's get back into this episode. Because that's real, right? But sometimes our long-term friendships don't require too much. So I can't really tell about your character. Because if you got a long-term friend that you don't like, you're not really around like that, that's just your friend that goes back, right? We all got friends like that we don't talk to all the time. Of course we ain't falling out with them. We don't talk to them like that. I want to start looking at your new friendships and how y'all operate and how long they've been around. Because a lot of times you'll see a girl, they get a new friend, right? And then they fall out with them. Then a new friend, they fall out with a new friend. Whereas though your old friends, your new friends require time. It require effort. It require energy. Whereas though your old friends, they doing what they doing, you doing what you doing. I'm talking about them day ones because we had a conversation about day twos,
They're
right?
more low maintenance.
Like your day ones is low maintenance.
Yeah.
But also to merge those points though, 'cause I can see how that's a counter perspective. But at the same time, if you do have some friends as years ago or decades ago, to his point, it's still a way that it can be like a case study. Because how do you deal with it? Do you really just don't see them at all every 5 years? But if you have like a certain level of commitment to communicating with them, touching base with them, following up with them, being there for them, then that still shows. Of course, we maybe can't see each other
y'all in a group chat,
every day. Yeah, so it shows that you have some level of attentiveness and care.
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm
the
actually
group chat.
referring to that. I'm actually referring to like the friendships that's like brotherhoods. Not like, cause I got homies that's like, I'm like, yo, this is like my right hand man like 10 years ago. And if I see him, it's still my man, but I would still leave room for us to get to know what the last 10 years. It just mean the love and loyalty is still the same, but we still got to get to know each other in those seasons.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about those,
The group chat friendships.
the ones that you actually are involved and active with, whether y'all see each other a lot or not. You still have a consistent line of communication. That's what I mean when I think about it. Because I got friend groups that's like we got 20 plus years in. We don't see each other every day, but we are actively knowing and up to date with what each other got going on. If a woman can maintain friendships like that through all of the missed birthday dinners and the baby showers and the breakups and the X, Y, and Z's, I'm gonna look at her definitely under a different microscope.
You know, it's actually funny that you said that because I saw a clip. I don't remember who was talking about it, but there was a gentleman that said that's a criteria for him dating a chick. Yeah. Like for me, like I have to gauge how she manages her friendships because 100%. He was saying is like if you can't have a friend group more than 10 years, then also it's from an aspect of community. Because now, like, you're only relying on me. You're only looking at me. Like, you're going to want to be up under me at all times. And that's not wrong. But it's just like, what are you going to do in your free time? You know what I'm saying? When I'm out hanging out with my friends, now you're not really, like, jealous or mad at me because you got your friends and things of that nature.
Wait, she coming too.
Yeah, that's why I even say in this season, I'm like, you got to have your own thing going on. Just like the friendships is a big deal too. But I'm looking at like, if you got your own thing going on, because like I got myself going on and it's like, bro, I'm working all the time, and my work might look different from your work. Like you might think I'm just having fun, and granted, it looks fun, but I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor. I put a lot of work into this, right? So the last thing I want is somebody looking at my work and be like, well, you doing this and I'm not doing this, or I'm only doing this. Like, bro, that's your fault. Respectfully, I can be empathetic about it, but I can't have somebody that's looking at my success judging their current space, if that makes sense.
I got a question. So do you think that stemmed from, because you know sometimes when we get out of a relationship that wasn't the most successful, could it be attached to maybe trying to avoid similar outcomes from past relationships?
Yeah, I mean, of course, yeah.
No, I'm asking because like, that ain't always 100% the case, but I know in large part that's typically what it be. Because like the way I think about it, like to your point, like I be asking myself, do I want a woman that's like got a bunch of shit going on, right? But I'm like, I want a woman to have like her own interests, like busy shit. Like it don't necessarily got to be like, you don't got to be an entrepreneur, you don't got to own a bunch of businesses, but just like your own interest that I can maybe find a little bit of interest in. But
and I can support you.
Yeah, so it ain't really like, especially with the season we in.
Bro, and,
you know what I'm saying?
So what I was saying too much, and I don't know where we putting this, where it's going to live at, but I guess for me, I feel bad for the woman who get lost in motherhood.
Wow.
Because I understand it, even though I'm not in it. Like, I probably would never get lost in fatherhood. I'm always taking my child, but I know I got my purpose is to provide, so I got to get out there and provide. Whereas though a woman's purpose is to nurture, be nurturing. Sometimes she might sacrifice her career or her job for her child. Because we live in two different spaces, I don't want to judge that. So I don't want to come off as judgy.
100%.
But I just know that's not what I can do. Or that's not my nature or my nurture. So I'm not doing that. So if I have somebody who's a little bit more like me, whereas though they're living in their purpose and they chasing their dreams, then it will be more understandable. It would be less friction.
I get what you're saying.
If that makes sense.
To that,
I'm trying to be careful with it because I understand women who like they lose themselves in being a parent and being a mom.
That's why I say they got my next, like the next when I have my one, we have another baby. A woman gotta love motherhood. Like, as women out here that love motherhood, they they literally are actively engaged in being better as mothers, and they find purpose in that, and like educating their kids, or, you know, just like not putting them off to somebody else for 8-9 hours a day, but, you know, keeping them and advancing them and getting great in that arena. That don't mean that's all you do, but if you love it, then when you get your breaks, it's not like, let me land real quick. It's like, you ever see, like, I always tell women, no matter how much fathers we are, we can never take away motherhood. And what I mean by that is just like, even if I get my daughter for 365 days, you still a mom. And on the 366th day, you still got to get her back. So if you feel like it's like working a job you hate, if you only got Friday, Saturday, Sunday to really enjoy your time off, then Monday, I got to go right back to the job. But if you love it, you appreciate the weekend, but you also look forward to getting back to it.
1,000,000%.
And I feel like because there's a responsibility that women can't get rid of, and they want flexible responsibilities, it's one of the things where they get into those seasonal depressions and they don't always find a way out, because they're like, even if the dad got it, it's never going to seem like enough, because it's like, I still got to get back in parent mode. So it felt like, damn, I can never really have a break. Because when I don't got my kid, I'm thinking about when my kid come back. So I'm like, if you love that shit, like we do this shit, we not going, say we got to film for 6 hours, none of us going to complain. It's work to somebody that don't do this. They don't even know where to begin. Ask me all the time, how do you start a pod? How do you know what to say? But it's like, we do this shit. So if somebody say this shit 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, we on set, we not tripping. It's like, this would come with it. And we still could want to break from it. Yeah. And that don't make us bad podcasters, but we still love it when we got to do it, because we know it serves the bigger picture. Yeah. So I look at it like a woman just got to love motherhood for the same reasons.
Yeah, I think to both of you guys' point, I agree that for the most part, I think whether it's motherhood or anything, if it's not speaking like to you and your spirit and your passion, it probably can be a sense of unhealthiness in that. Mm-hmm. Even though your kids and your family and your, what's going on in your household, that is important, and you can find a passion for it. Some people do truly love to be mothers, but I think there is like an end to that, where it's like, or there's gaps in there where it's like, all right, but what do you want? What do you need? And what do you need to be fulfilled that's outside of your kids and your husband? And to the earlier point real quick as well. So the earlier point, we was talking about back to the women and the friends, I often think that as well, that, women are raised from childhood to be princess and queens, get a family, husband, and we're raised to do sports and be with friends and run around and shit like that. Facts. So I think oftentimes their friendships wither away, because all the time they think about their boyfriend. Yeah. So when they get these boyfriends and husbands, eventually they be like, fuck my friends for a while, because I've been waiting for this my whole fucking life. I'm a princess now. And we be like, we get girlfriends, they don't really have to take over our whole life. I'm still playing football, I'm still playing basketball, I still got my friends, I'm still fucking doing other shit, whatever, because that's not our end goal in life, is to have this wife and family and shit like that.
But I think men can get lost in purpose the same way they can get lost in a relationship.
Absolutely. But I would say at least though, that's for your purpose though. So I feel to get lost in your own, because again, you still need to have balance. But if I'm getting lost in my purpose, which speaks to my soul and my spirit, at least that's feeding my soul versus feeding like my husband's soul or my child's soul, my wife's soul.
And what I want you to understand is, bro, and somebody told me this a while ago, it's hard being in relationship with men like us. Somebody that's ambitious, somebody that's constantly chasing their goals. So and again, that's why I say I want to be empathetic and understanding, although I don't have to live in this space. So imagine if you have to watch your partner continually chase their goals, and you're taking care of him and you're taking care of your children. Yeah, you can love it, right? But eventually you get tired of it and you're like, yo, but what about me? I want to feed myself as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So like, that's why I say, again, I don't know if there's no real answer to this, but I just know, like, if I had somebody that's like, that's passionate in something other than motherhood and other than being a wife, I can support that. And then they don't look at me like,
that's where the hobby's coming at. Yeah. And I think but that's the thing, man. Like, that's why, like, people try to diminish roles or get rid of them, but they need it. It's like, if we are ambitious men, right? And we have things that we are pursuing, with all of our available time that's away from the things that we have to handle, we should be pouring back into our partner, relieving them of certain obligations, which is why we work hard, right? Like, when women say they want a soft life, right? It's becoming aesthetic now. It's become a trending topic, but I feel like it got lost on what that look like. As men, we are problem solvers, right? Flat out. That's what we are. We solutionists. Making a woman's life easy is eliminating her having to think about shit that she don't necessarily have to think about. Yeah. Like, I don't want my woman to have to think about how she gonna eat tonight, how she gonna pay the bills, how the kids gonna get shoes. I'm willing to carry that because I feel fulfilled in doing that. So me creating a soft life for her is freeing up her mental capacity to think about what she wanna do. that's like a self thing, right? So like, if I say I pay all the bills, I got you, whatever the kids need, whatever the kids may be, even if you need time away, whether we got to hire nannies or whether I got to be there, whatever we got to do to free you up. What do you want to do? And you haven't figured that out. It's only but so much I could do.
We land in that same spot. No,
yeah, I agree.
Really
I was just kind of
that's it.
No, I would just reiterate
because
that
some people who don't I don't think we understand the luxury of where we are in our lives, understanding even as men what we want to do, understanding our purpose. We had this conversation before.
Yeah.
It's so many men, and I think because I think sometimes we get so caught up in our reality that we don't understand that it's a different reality other than ours. Like, it's a blessing to wake up every day and understand our purpose in life. It's a blessing to understand what
direction.
We have direction, and we are few, even though we're around so many, we're still few out of so many people in the world. So when we talk about women, there's so many women who don't have that purpose or don't have that identity out of motherhood or out of being a wife. And then so when you land there, it's like, yo, I'm freeing you up. What do you want to do? They don't even know.
But that's what I think. I'm sorry. You go, Alex. Go ahead.
No, so the question I have for y'all
yeah.
is like, okay, let's take it. You're talking about it from a micro level, but like from a macro level, I think you're talking about identity. And I think that a lot of men in this season around us are able to identify that their purpose isn't what they do.
Exactly.
Like it extends outside of that. Mm-hmm. But like exactly what y'all are describing, some people, their purpose is rooted in what they do day to day. So if they're not doing something different, then it's like, okay, this is who I am now. Yeah. And I had that. Like, that's why you have people, the phenomenon known as imposter syndrome, because people have been rooting their identity in what the day to day looks 100%. Like. So, but that comes from self work. So we all went through a season where we had to recognize that. I think, but I also feel like life gives us the grace to do that, to experience that.
Men,
do you feel like men in
general?
particular, specifically?
Two things. One, I would say you said that is a luxury. Basically, no, like it's like it's challenging for women to deal with men like us. I think that it's challenging to get in Harvard and Yale too. But I worked my way to become this type of man. So, and what I mean by that is just so I'm careful with my words, but at the same time being fully transparent. Challenge is not always bad if it advances you. So if you gotta push yourself and stretch yourself to be better, because if I want a certain type of woman, I gotta rise to the occasion, which is why I work to be able to do the things that I need to do in order to have what I want. It's levels for everybody. So it's like, if you can't handle it, it's not for me to dim myself. I can try everything in my power, which can get draining, to try to pour into you. But if it's a hole in your cup, where are we going, right? Yeah. So that's where the self-work come from. To what Alex was just saying is like the identity of being able to at least come to me with the holes patched up in your cup. So now you can receive what I'm pouring into you, because I know for a fact that in relationships you poured into your women. You feel what I'm saying? And with that being the case, it's like it could get draining. Now it's taking me away from what I could be doing to advance us, because you don't feel worthy within self, so it's nothing that I can do. So it's not that I'm challenged. The challenge, my job is to make it easy for you by not being toxic, not being immature, learning how to handle responsibilities on time, learning how to communicate in an effective and efficient manner, learning how to be emotional intelligent, emotionally mature, and emotionally aware, so that I'm understanding that I'm not bleeding on you. That's my job, to make your job easier.
Yeah, no, that conversation, that point is great, but I think that's a separate point. Like, what I'm saying is, I guess in my season, I'm looking for the woman that I don't have to do all of that.
I'm not refuting that.
Found that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you
batteries
saying,
included.
Yeah, like you're right. Like, you're not wrong at all.
You talking about
batteries included.
Yeah, I'm just saying sometimes I do think though, again, what you said, men are problem solvers. That is true. So a lot of times, and I can't speak for everybody, I know me, there's a lot of times in my past where I've tried to be problem solvers to the wrong damn problem, right? And it's like, yo, I don't have to be a problem solver to every single person. I don't have to solve everybody's problem, because then their problems become my problems, and now I got more on my plate than I can even handle. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like in the new season, I'm looking for the less of the problem that I gotta solve. That makes sense.
But you fresh out too, though, because I'm the same, right? I feel like
I'm not trying to make this about my personal. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying like, that's just where I'm at with it. Like,
that makes sense.
Yeah. So like, I think a lot of times men, we look for problems to solve. As crazy as it may sound, we look for problems to solve. Why? I don't know why.
I'm not that guy. Like,
I don't know about y'all. I know me. I got a Superman complex. I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, I want to be Superman.
Yeah, I got you. I don't think it's from I don't search and seek out. I just think that naturally, when things are presented to me, you know what I mean, I'm a solutionist. But I'm not like looking and seeking out a damsel in distress type shit.
For sure. But you know what else? I'm sorry. You know what it's remind me of? Black people in our obsessive need to want to struggle. It's like we have struggle wars. It's like you ever talk to
Oppression Olympics.
Yeah, right. Bro. No facts. It's like you talk to somebody and be like, man, what you do today? Man, I just relax. Man, you relax? You ain't, it's like, bro, we have an obsession of like want to see who can struggle the worst. Like who can struggle the most. That's
who can endure
retarded.
the most trauma? Who can go through the most trauma and come out on the other side? But it's like a stripe of honor. I think that was what was presented to us. It's like if you don't work for it, if you don't go through something, then you didn't earn it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's a fine line that you have to walk
That's a fact,
through.
man.
It's
to
people
understand
that it's people that will give that could give you an opportunity, but feel like, nah, you need to work for it. Like you need to work for it, like I did. It's like, but also, couldn't you just make it easier for the person after you, like through the door? But it's two ways to look at that though.
Yeah, because that's a slippery slope. Because even when we think about like, fuck it, let's pivot. I was gonna say something to that, but I'll come back to it. But we think about just being parents and like providing opportunities for our kids. We are successful enough that our kids' lives are naturally, they're going to be able to chart courses that most kids won't have the opportunity to as easy as ours will, as we've seen in similar arenas with, nepotism being a conversation. And I feel like for me, making it easier for my kids comes down to them respecting the opportunity. I'm not going to jump through a hoop to make their life harder just so that you got to get it out the mud. But I want them to respect the opportunity, which is challenging for somebody who doesn't have to. Yeah. So that's why it gets slippery.
It's a balance.
Get a little balance. You know what I'm saying?
And I was gonna say when you're talking about the trying to save people, Wolf know because we've talked about my relationship. I just got married recently on our pod.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that. And so when my wife had our baby, it was right when she was graduating nursing school. And that was a long journey in itself. And when he was talking about like when you trying to have grace for people as they're going through certain things so they can be fulfilled, I knew at that current season of her life, she wasn't all the way there because she had just had a baby. She just graduated. It was a fucking pandemic. And I was like, this is definitely a rough patch for us that I know that no matter how much I can pour into your cup, it's not going to be able to fix it because you going through your own internal battles and challenges or whatever. And having a baby, trying to finish school, trying to get this license in a fucking pandemic, not working for 2 years and shit like that, whatever. I told her, we had a whole conversation. I'm like, yeah, like I could tell that until you pass these obstacles and milestones, us as a unit probably won't be able to have like a decent chance to even get back on track because you're not center within whatever. So to this point, I felt like that time I knew I had to be patient, give grace, not be combative or toxic per se, whatever. Just kind of be that stable pillar while she's getting her fucking shit together. Because it was just the whole thing. And then, now she's a nurse. It all kind of worked out, whatever.
Congratulations.
Yeah, now
I do want to dive back into that parenting
but the batteries had to be included. She had to find the batteries. They was there. She had to find them.
You saying something?
No, I mean, just a last point because you brought up the analogy of filling somebody's cup. You said it earlier. And I think you talked about the cup being patched up, right? Do you feel like as men that we take on the responsibility that we have to fill up the cup to 100%?
That's a good question.
Like from 0 to 100?
From 0 to 100.
I think.
Do we take on the responsibility?
Mm-hmm. Subconsciously. Or it could be intentionally.
So that's how we love.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not that we seek that out. It's that if I care about you, we are protectors and providers. Mm-hmm. So the way we express our, I know we got love languages and that vary with our kids, maybe, but the way it's expressed is in taking care of someone. So if you see someone you love and they like, if a woman nurtures a child, she's taking care of that baby because she feel like they need me. They can't do it without me. So I think we take on the responsibility when needed and necessary. But when it becomes toxic and draining is when it's never enough, right? Mm-hmm. It's like no matter, because it's a hole in the cup. But if it's patched up, it's like, I don't mind how much I got to pour into you because at least it's going to be that. Like if I help you, develop as a woman, at least you remain that way. It's not me talking to you every single day about the same thing because it's not registering. So I think as builders, we don't mind building. I think that we got to eliminate that thought that like, that's what we men. That's what I'm not dividing my responsibility or my role as a man. I'm not doing it. And I'm not just talking about financially. I'm a builder. Like I want to make shit better. So making shit better don't mean making a project though. If I'm not called upon, I'm not going to be over here trying to work on you. That's the difference between how men pour into women, how women pour into men. Women do it unsolicitedly. And I'm not saying men don't, but most of the time we get asked. And then, you're doing it too. It's like, but I don't just step out and overstep and try. But because I'm a builder, if you bring a situation to me, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to try to build it or whatever the case may be versus it being like, I'm just kind of assessing and analyzing and you're like, you need to be doing this. You should be doing that. That's not really a male dominant thing to do. We call when called upon. If you look at him, you're a kid, your dad to be, if you are father's figure, be in the crib, sleep. You go in there, wake him up. Can you, you're not, mom is walking around the house. Why does not happen?
Why are you doing that?
What's that? Shut the door. Da-da-da. So that right there just show you, even in our upbringing, how it's just like we'll answer the call when called upon, but it's like a narrative as if they trying to make it look like we trying to force our way in. We not even on that. We cool in solitude.
Ask the question one more time.
Do you feel like as men we're trying to fill the cup up from 0 to 100?
Like everything around us
No, like for women, in
like
regards
for
to women.
for women.
Yeah.
So you got the Superman coming.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, yeah, like
Spider-Man, Superman.
Right, so I think, for me, I'm definitely, like I said, one of my love languages is acts of service. Right, so if you bring something to me, kind of like, well, what point? Even if you don't ask me, because when I hear it, I hear like being asked. Yeah. But if you bring something to me and you don't ask, my initial thought is how I can fix this. I can fix it, right? So how I can solve this problem. So like, yeah, like. And honestly, I think it's easier when you are living in your purpose though, because then I don't take it personal. Like it's nothing that I'm looking at as I should be rewarded for. Now, what I will say, I'm gonna keep it all the way funky because I keep it 100. Like, and we all got places to grow. Where I can grow is doing things like strictly out of love. But I'm not God, bro. I'm gonna just be straight. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, bro. I do want, reciprocation feels good. It goes a long way, bro. Like, you feeling appreciated feels good. You don't even got to get me nothing. If you just show me that you acknowledge it and you what happens is a lot of times you're doing things for people and they act like it because they don't value it. They act like they can't see the
value in it.
Yeah, the value in it is like, bro, what? Like, you crazy. Like, so you really don't see that I did this for you? No, I would have did this Man, you can suck my dick. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just real with you. Fuck what you heard. So like, everybody want to be like, yeah, I love unconditionally and I get, yeah, all right, nigga, God don't even love unconditionally. You want to be real? Nigga, you can't just show up at the church, and whatever you want, nigga, it's rules. We said it before. It's rules to show up at the church. Man, listen, man, if it's rules to show up in the church to praise God, nigga, it's rules to love me and be with me. Fuck out of here.
Is that the preacher or God having conditions?
I'm just saying, nigga.
That might be the preacher.
Might be the preacher. God too. You think you can just love God? We got 10 commandments for a reason. So, God ain't just say niggas get it twisted. Just show up as you are. Yeah, all right. Show up as you are as you want. You gonna get turned around. Nigga,
I'll flip that. So I'll flip that.
Go ahead.
Show up as you are. No, stay as you are.
All right, then.
So I think that's
it's still
what
a condition.
So, like, show up as you are. Don't stay as you are.
I think that people be
it's still a condition though.
So
you can just show up and just you at the church and you drinking. Eventually it gotta stop. Eventually we gotta grow. I mean, I know it's hard conversations because we indulge in these things. My bad, Wolf.
No, you
we
good.
indulge in these things every day, and I know my friends don't be wanting to hear about it. But at the end of the day, self-awareness is the best awareness, right? So like, eventually you gotta stop these things. We talking about love, right? Unconditional. Like we talk, like all of these things we talk about is rules in which we should do everything in life. We don't decide to do it, so we gotta face judgment day. So I'm not trying to just say it to make a clip or be funny, but for real, like when we talk about loving God and trying to get the kingdom of heaven, it's literally steps in order in which to get to heaven. Nigga, that's what I'm saying. God even got conditions on how we need to show up and love him. So with all due respect, I'm not saying that I'm God, and I'm not trying to compare myself to that, but I'm saying that if at the highest standard I have to show up a certain way for God, I'm gonna show up for you, and I expect the same thing. Show up for me the same way, not the same way, but show up for me with some type of standard. You get what I'm saying? Reciprocity, bro.
Would you say as a criteria?
Niggas gonna kill me for that take, but fuck it.
Is a criteria though, because I think like when we think about unconditional love, people be misinterpreting it for unconditional tolerance.
Yeah,
and it's like, I love you, but I don't have to tolerate you. The unconditional love means that my love is not wavering behind these conditions, but my tolerance absolutely is going to.
And therefore the presence.
I don't have to put up with you just because I love you, but I still love you. And I think that that's where like, we often like, anyone we talk about what you describe sound like a criteria, like more than it sound like a condition. Cause condition to me appears to be like transactional, where the criteria is like a standard. Like, I'm not just gonna let you carry me any type of way. You're not just gonna do what you want. And I'm gonna set that boundary. There's nothing wrong with that. We gotta have that as men, as women, as people, because God do have boundaries. But the unconditional love is the fact that I can repent over and over again, and you're going to continuously forgive me so that I can get into the You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where I feel like on the surface of it, a lot of people, they use that as an excuse to be a fucked up individual. Not what you saying. I'm saying,
you're right,
like, people use it as an excuse to be a fucked up individual.
I can just repent tomorrow.
But it's like, no, it's like, it got to be a certain level of like moral compass that you live by and a certain level of righteousness that you walk within, that, because I always say God is my accountability partner, right? Because you understand, men could do what the fuck they want. It's really no man that could tell another man what to do, what not to do. Respect stops us, right? If I respect my homie and he say, yo, don't do that, I'm not gonna do it out of respect. But if I don't, who can really stop a man from doing what a man want to do but God, right? Whereas like we can self-indulge in a bunch of negative behaviors and toxic traits being around great men because we just want to do what the fuck we want to do. And as men, it's like, you know what? That's on him. That's what accountability look like after a while. Like, I'm not about to keep trying to tell him to get up early and go to the gym. You want to be a fat? That's on you. Not saying, no, you know what? You want to be out of shape? That's on you. It don't even fucking matter. But when God is your accountability partner, you know that he see everything even when no one's watching. So that's why when they say fear God, it's not saying be afraid of your father. It's saying that fear the consequences that can happen, which only he can inflict based on you doing shit that only he know about. So fearing God stops me from being a nut ass motherfucker. Yeah, I had to grow to be this good man, but it's like, I could get away with running this red light. Ain't nobody around. Ain't no cops around. But God know. So it's like, when you kind of have God as your accountability partner, it stop you from doing all of this shit that you could get away with. You could manipulate a woman. She could never catch you cheating. But God know. You could get over on your homie. He could never know you're a fucked up individual. But God knows. So having God as that accountability partner force you to walk righteous beyond what people could see and what they even know about.
To that point about
versus the tolerance.
Yeah, but to that point about fear, it's not even fear, it's reverence. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at the Greek or the Hebrew of it, it's like, I have so much respect for you, God,
100%.
that I'm not going to move in that aspect. So if you carry that and it trickles down to the very being of who you are from day to day, it's like you just said with men, it's respect that holds.
I like
so
that.
If you see that from a vertical aspect
100%.
and you translate that to your horizontal relationship, it's a domino effect. And now you walk around with that, not necessarily reverence, but that respect on the human level for people day to day. You're about to make a point though, Jay?
Nah.
So I did want to pivot though.
Oh, do you think?
Or were you about to say something else?
No.
So, because you were talking about parenting.
Oh, yeah.
And we were having a conversation off mic, like parenting in different seasons. And how old is your
I got
child?
my 16-year-old.
Okay.
Sunday she'll be 16. Then I got a soon to be 10-year-old.
Okay, so cool. This is perfect conversation because the timeline and everything.
He got a 4-year-old. And 2.
Cool. All right. So I'm having a conversation with one of my friends. He's going through a tough time right now. And essentially, like, his daughter, and he said we could talk about it. So I'm not going to give too much details because it's like courts and stuff involved. But he was essentially saying, like, right now she's stepping into teenhood. And that same little girl that he once had, you know what I'm saying, relished her and everything in that capacity, now is looking at her as the enemy.
Oh, shit. I didn't think you was going.
You know what I'm saying?
Him
Like,
and the mom are not together?
not together.
Gotcha.
And, you know, it just made me think of, like, parenting in different seasons and how you have to evolve as a parent. So I kind of brought it up to both of you all because, you know, you have children at all types of ages, but you've had to see the evolution of them as a person. But then also you had to evolve as a parent to be that steward of them in every season. And just kind of had a conversation that said, like, what does that look like for men? I mean, I can't speak to what it looks like for women, but as men, what does it look like to evolve with your children as they're going into new seasons, specifically being a teen?
You want to go? What's that?
I think for fathers and teenagers,
All
bro.
daughters too, right?
Yeah, I think for fathers and teenagers, especially young girls, for the men who would like withstand the teenage years and like still show up, I salute them.
Yeah, facts.
Right? I was talking to somebody like child support is fraud, TJ, and he was saying like he was going through like a similar thing because his daughter's teenager or whatever, and like how like teenagers are teenagers, and I was telling him that it inspired me, and like my man Joshua Powell was saying the same thing. I was like, that inspired me to show up for my oldest because I can't sit up here and claim this like daddy role, but don't really walk inside the daddy role. But at the same time, I am a stepfather, and it is boundaries that I can draw. It just is what it is, right? Right. I'm not even about to sit up here and act like it's something that's not. Whereas though, when you're a biological father, you can set boundaries for sure, but those boundaries is a whole lot thinner than somebody that's a step parent. You get what I'm saying? So like, it's hard to have that conversation because it's certain things that I'm not tolerating.
I got you.
You get what I'm saying? Whereas though a father, like a biological father, like your child can stab you in the back and you still want to show up, or you have to. I want to be careful.
a better
like
chance of showing
you
up.
get what I'm saying? It's a better chance of showing up. Like no, seriously, like
Step kid, 0%.
Yeah, like I just talked to my man Joshua Powell. He shared on the podcast, and he was saying like how his daughter showed up in the courtroom when it came to like the hearing, the child support hearing, and basically like pointed him out and like
scolded him.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, what? Like I've been here. You know what I'm saying? He still show up.
You're like, I ain't got that in me.
I'm not gonna say I ain't got it in me, but if I was to
Definitely
say,
not for the stepkid.
if I was to say I don't have to go through that, I feel like a lot of men would embrace it and understand it. Whereas though if that's my biological child, it's like, man, they probably will understand it, but I feel more obligated to walk in that road, if that makes sense. So
100%.
that's like, I think that's probably one of them conversations that I'm probably not, I don't have the criteria to have that conversation. So,
I got something for you. So, cause like, all right,
because you have a teenager.
Yeah, I'm about to say so. And like, I always say like,
We've had many conversations about the child support and the kid and the
for sure. But beyond the child support, just the parenting itself.
Right.
Like I always say, like, especially being a young dad, my kids was raising me as I was raising them. Right. So I think that where a lot of parents make the mistake when their kids become teenagers is they still try to parent them. I'm my child's parent, but I'm more so coaching her through these years because I'm equipping her with the tools that she's going to use in real life situations beyond what my eyes can see. She's going to be in environments with friend groups that are influential. She's going to be around people that are smoking, drinking, pregnant. She's in a very unique season of life where decisions you make is going to determine what your future look like. So instead of trying to police and parent her and keep her 12 and 13 when she's 16, I'm thinking about what was I doing at 16 and what guidance could I have used that would have helped me and propelled me to be better quicker. So, I think that that's something I would say to any parent. The goal of parenting is to equip our kids with the tools that they can use in our absence. Like, you're going to be around your friends and around people more than you're going to be around your parents, especially at 16. Like, my daughter having a birthday dinner and she going to be with her friends. I'm not at the birthday dinner. I would love to go, but she like, Dad, what you going to do at a table full of kids? Respectfully. Understood. Like, all right, but I can still put different parameters in place to make sure you cool. But me being there, that's like symbolic to when you go to college, when you in high school every day. So I'm not going to be able to be in them classrooms with you at them parties and them friend houses and all that. So I got to teach you about certain things to equip and prepare you. But if I just want to be a parent, be home by this, you can't do this, you can't do that. Now, does this mean my kid can do what she wants? Absolutely not. But it's understanding that I have to create a world for her to evolve in without trying to clamp down on her. And I feel like people get scared. Like when the kids start rebelling and they start wanting freedom, you're not used to your child being their own individual entity where they got their own life. And it's like, I don't really want to be around you. So they get scared and they clamp down. No, be home by this. Don't do this. Don't do that. And it's like, now they're going to sneak and do it. So for me, it's like, I want to open up that line of communication where it's like, my daughter got a boyfriend, whatever the case may be. I don't know I know it ain't serious based on my view and vision of it, but I opened up a space that's transparent enough to where though she'll come and talk to me. Now, granted, I want her to talk to me more, but I'm still her dad. But for the most part, when I go through things like that I've taught her at 10 and 11 and she recite that shit to me, no, Dad, why would I, when you said don't, and you told me this and you told, oh, all right, bet. Okay, this method is working. But if I was afraid of that, a lot of men be like, oh shit, I would never let my daughter, you don't want to think about that, right? But I'm like, she gonna grow up. It's gonna happen. Why not acquit? Like, we know the fucking rain is coming. Why not buy umbrellas? Why the fuck would I act like it ain't coming? It's coming. Like, prepare yourself for it. So that's what I did. I knew that at some point she would get older.
Because my stepdaughter is just about to turn 16. So I think when it comes to parenting, I think the dynamic is important too. Like the mother and father dynamic and how y'all coach. Because if y'all not on the same page, then it's gonna be a hell of a lot harder.
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying? So like, even when it comes to that, like I think I took the other route and I probably could have did better a job at that. But my mom's is like 75. You know what I'm saying? So like I just taught, I was teaching what I was taught. You feel me? So like, no, I'm not like, I'm gonna be the cool parent when it's time to be the cool parent. But at the end of the day, you gonna know I'm your dad. Right? Just like you gonna know as adults. You're not like we younger and like teenagers be around and they be like, nah, just call me Chris or just call me Jay.
Absolutely
no,
not.
That's Mr. Wolf.
100%.
That's Mr. Q. That's Mr. Alex. Nah, call me. No. She can call you Mr. Because that's respect. You get what I'm saying? So like, y'all get it at the same time. Nah, but I'm gonna definitely let you know that this is still a boundary between adult and child. So like, no, you can't, you on your phone, we eating. No, get out the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you can't curse around me. Like,
Absolutely
I know you, that
not.
don't mean that I'm just ignorant. I don't think you curse. I know you curse. I know you out here probably doing all type of disgusting shit that I don't agree with. But you do that in your time. the moment I find out about it, that's when you in trouble. 100%. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to find out about it and be like, oh yeah, it's cool, you gotta live your, nah, fuck that. Like, you gonna get in trouble. And like my mom told me, she always say, I'm not mad at you because you did it, because I know you're gonna do it.
And you got caught.
I'm just mad you got caught. That's exactly what she said. And I told her the same thing. Like, bro, listen, you could do whatever you want. When I come to you, you tell me the truth, because that's how I can protect you. Because if you don't tell me the truth, then I don't know what's real, right? So I definitely believe like putting your foot down and being a parent, like all this like gentle parenting shit, man, that's for your mother. Respectfully. Like, I ain't here to be a gentle parent. Like, your mother's there to tell you it's gonna be all right, pat you on your back. I'm telling you, like, that life is real. I never forget I went on this date with this girl. Not to get like too long-winded.
Do you think?
And she said something that stood out to me so dope, and I was like, damn, if my daughter was to get to 30 and say this about me, I would love it. She was like, yo, the one thing I loved about my dad is that he taught me how to survive in a world that I had to learn that didn't care about me. So like, yeah, when it comes down to changing my tire, my dad taught me how to do that. When it comes down to cutting my grass, my dad taught me how to do that, because he taught me how to be self-efficient. And I'm like, damn. She was like, it was hard growing up, but he taught me how to protect myself and make sure I was always good if I ain't have nobody else. And I'm like, yo, that's the only thing I'm trying to do.
Yeah, he coached her. That's exactly what I'm saying. He prepared her for situations that he knew that she would end up in. And when I say like people parent over police parenting, they don't have a connection with their child. They don't have understanding with their child.
Authoritarian.
It's all authority. It's all restriction.
Facts,
It's not everything you identified was like, that was like parenting, like with structure.
Okay.
I'm adding structure to your life.
Okay.
Where though people just do it out of fear of not wanting their children to be in, but it's like, that's not
what's
reality.
Crazy though? From a teenager perspective, it don't look like structure. It look like authoritarian.
Everything.
And not even past that. Again, if the parenting isn't on one accord, it can look like being an authoritative figure to the mother as well.
I'm gonna tell you why though. No, bro. I'm glad you said that. That was beautiful, because you only gonna ever hear that from, if it's not a child that'll say that, who the next person that'll say that?
A woman.
That's
what I'm saying.
So when it's coming from that perspective, that's typically coming from a tainted, distorted perspective that was put on them by a woman.
Yeah.
Flat out. So it's like, it's going to be consistent. Like, it's like you bet. And that's what the nutty shit about, man. Like, you could be trying to be the best fucking man you could be, and if a woman perspective is distorted, she's going to distort everything that you do in the eyes of the kids, in the eyes of her friends, her family. And if she could get to your friends and family, she's going to do that shit too. And that shit is fucking nutty, bro. Because all niggas want to do is, all men want to do is add structure to alleviate will be obstacles.
Yeah.
Because when it is an obstacle, guess who gotta fix it? You follow what I'm saying? So all I'm doing is using my ability to have foresight to say, look, if you avoid going down this particular road, I'm not telling you not to go at all. I'm telling you don't go this way. You can go this way and go this way. You trying to cut the corner, that corner gonna come back to cut you. How about you just take the right way? No, my mom said this way faster. I do it anyway. And now
you're trying to control things.
trying to control.
Right.
You control her.
It always got to be your way. And I always say, man, like, you can't want a man's protection and not want his direction. Because if I can't protect you, if I can't direct you, if I can't tell you which way to go and not to go, then how am I gonna protect you? Because a part of my protection is directing you. It's using my ability and my foresight to see hindsight and clarity on what's going on. And that's imagine Jordan not listening to Phil Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like Kobe not listening to Phil Jackson, Tim Duncan not listening to Greg Popovich. It's like Tom Brady not listening to Belichick. I don't care how great you are as an individual, to advance to other certain levels, you need good coaching. And that's what we are. We good and that's why as men, we got to become better at advising and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And filling up our own cup though, right?
No, that's a fact.
Because like, what is a saying, like the best investment is self-investment.
100%.
Right? So like, we got to continue to self-improve so we can be better coaches and we can be better leaders.
So you said,
we got a confession for y'all too when y'all get a chance to go ahead, pivot.
All right, say no more. No, because y'all brought up something. You said something a while ago that just kind of played in my mind. It's like you said, I'll be the cool parent when I need to. Yeah. And I feel like in our generation, we have a lot of people that are becoming friends.
Yeah.
Like they are friends to their kids.
I'm not your friend.
I'm not your
friend.
I was about to ask you that. Like, can you be friends with your kids?
I'm not trying to be like, we can be cool and bro, there's been times where we had fun. We on college campus and everything. You would think we sisters and brothers. But don't you ever get it twisted. My eyes on a proud, I want a nigga to try it. So it's like, bro, and I think, no, not even.
I got you.
I'm joking, but I'm dead ass.
You a dad.
You feel me? I'm cool. I'm cool with you second.
Yeah.
At all times. Just like when I'm with your mother. Like, bro, I'm husband, boyfriend second. I'm protector first.
100%.
Because think about, you seen the memes or the videos where a girl's like, they just walk around, la, 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 and the man is pulling you back so you won't get hit by a truck. Like, nah, for
fucking
real
La La
though.
Land,
Like,
yeah.
I'm always on having a thought process like, okay, if something happened right now, which way is out? How do I do this? Even with my friends, I think I was joking one time, like, damn, I gotta get out of just being protected. I'll be walking with my homies and I'm walking on the street.
Yeah.
doing this.
I did that yesterday. I'm like,
like,
grown ass man, what I'm doing?
Bro.
Like, yo, you 100%. And I think even to your point about us being, damn, I was about to say something about us being protected. Let's come back to me. Go ahead, Alex.
But yeah, man, like, nah, man, I'm not your friend. I'm not trying to be your friend. And all this friend bullshit that
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to say. It came back to me.
Go ahead.
No, the protector shit. So I was gonna say it'd be funny because like I was telling a woman this, and I'm like, yo, the way I said, like, don't get us wrong, man. We love being around our girls, but being around our girls when we go out is a job.
Oh my
because
God.
we are your personal and private security guard.
Yes.
So the time that you are having enjoying, I'm on high alert, like you were just saying, or whatever the case may be. So it's not the same experience for me. I said, you know what? I'll do you one better. You love taking your kids out, but imagine if you had to take your kid out everywhere you go. They like. All right, cool. You understand that it's not that you don't want to spend time with your kids. You will love to, but you want time away from them to justify, not even justify, but to add insight to why we hang with our friends. Because when I'm with my homies, I don't have to be in that mode. They're like, you so fun when you with your homies. Cause I'm not in fucking security guard mode. I'm not, and I understand that I can let down a little bit because I have other protectors around me versus it just being me by myself protecting my cubs and my fucking woman. And when I said that to her, she developed to understand instantly, like, all right, so I get it why a man sometimes want to go out with her because when we go out with our women, it's a fucking job and a responsibility on top of it being double the bill. We ain't going to ignore that. We ain't going to ignore that fact. I go out by myself at 17.25 and I done had a drink and a full entree. Go out with your girl, it's fucking
117.
I will say, so to the whole friend thing, I think I've heard you saying I understand it, but I also understand where some people, they look at their parent relationships. Like, so my point is, what is the line of the friendship? Because my mom and my grandma versus me and my mom relationship are totally different. Where they don't have, not saying either one of us are friends with each other, but they don't have that dynamic at all. Where my mom, she has like a 5-minute clock to be around my grandma. Where it's, all right, time to go, and they just never really developed that level of bonding. Where me and my we can sit down and talk for hours and whatever. So what is that line of friendliness with your parent?
Man,
So I don't give a fuck what the line is.
I'm
I
trying
ain't
to tell you,
fine.
I come up, right, and I know my parenting was toxic, right? But the fine line to me is your boundaries. The fine line to me is you can explain yourself. I wasn't able to do that, right? The fine line to
Y'all
me
had
is
it
like
hard.
yeah, you could talk back to you.
Absolutely.
Shit.
I told him he had a different upbringing.
Talking back, that's crazy. I was allowed to express myself. I could disagree with my
He
mom.
threatened to call the cops
She
on his
opened the
mom.
door.
You threatened to call it. My mom would be like, bet, call CPS right now. I knock your teeth up and make sure.
framing it wrong. I
No,
never
dead
threatened
ass.
to call the cops on my mom.
Ah,
That nigga's
she-
crazy. Those
Let me
play
try that
games.
shit if I want. But no, for real. So like the fine line, because I'm not toxic. You can explain yourself, right? It got to be respectful though. Don't talk back and all that shit out the window. You can explain yourself. You can have your own boundaries. You get what I'm saying? Like that. You can have your personal time. Like I ain't trying to like invade in your space. But everything outside of that, bro. If I say your bedtime is 9 o'clock, don't hit me back with why and all. Bro.
Absolutely. But I think fast forward to they grown. Is that like a goal of yours to be like, through all the great structuring and parenting and boundaries, do you look forward to have like that adult dynamic of relationship where it's like, no, we can sit down and talk and just conversate. Where it's like, no, like it don't really matter. I did what I had to do to make sure you grew up to be successful or thriving. I feel that's how my mom, my grandma was, where they don't really have the relationship where they could just kind of just talk and chill.
What's grown?
Grown is 25 and up.
That's fair.
I think you
I like that.
You be cool with that?
25 and up, 26 and up.
But the thing is, though, I think that like naturally, because you're a cool dude, you're naturally cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that, and that goes for all of our generation. I don't think that like we struggle with that. If we have that structure, I think that's a good balance. I think it's easy to be a friend because you're a cool dude. Like you just naturally you'll do a TikTok or you'll do this. So like, that's like shit that certain parents never did with their kids. They're just like, I'm your parent. Don't even think we about to fucking dance together. Yeah. But I feel like you naturally just know where to draw the line. Yeah. And I think that like, that's kind of where your question was stemming from. Like, is it just fucking black and white? Don't fucking try to do a TikTok.
But I also don't want to, I ain't gonna lie. I feel myself, it's like what's the Allstate commercial? No, it's another one. Progressive, like you becoming your parents. I also don't want to hear all that cussing and all that nasty ass music around me either. Like, you're a child, bro. You're 16. Like, even if I listen to it, like, I'm not saying you can't listen to it, But have some respect, bro. Don't
Yeah.
listen to that around your parent, bro. Like,
I might be fortunate too, cause like I don't know, my daughter, she kind of want me to see her as a kid. So like it fucks me up when I see her act around her friends, cause she like way more outgoing and shit. I'm not saying she a shell of herself, but she just be like chilling. And it's like, but I see it be fucking me up that I got a 16-year-old, cause I see somebody they be 16 and they be doing all that shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So hearing it is like, I guess I'm fortunate to not have had to like. Now, my youngest one, she might challenge me. I don't know. We got a couple more years. That little one is like, she's smart, she intelligent, but they both their own self, but I don't know. That's the one that I'm like, all right, cool. Like this.
Gotta know your personnel.
Yeah, you gotta know your personnel, man. That's the one I know that I'll do a lot more coaching. 2 sessions. Double the session.
you gotta do 2 a day.
Gotta watch the film.
Do some film study 2 a day for sure.
So to that point, in your mind, when does parenting stop and coaching begin? Like at what age?
That's a great question, Alex. I think that's
You said it before.
Yeah, I think that parenting stops. I would have to say like around like 14. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, once they're going into high school, the environment is uncontrollable. Like they are literally, you have to prep them for independence of you and of their peer pressure. And I think that like we are leaders. Like nigga, like I know you probably was a leader of your friend group or had some type of influence, right? Because I know you, right? So it's like in the same for me, but imagine how many kids we grew up with that was susceptible to doing dumb shit because of trying to fit in and trying to be accepted. So we all know our kids from babies. Some people be in denial about their character flaws.
Yes.
But it's like, you can't coach that way. You can't be an effective coach if you know a player can't go left and you keep drawing up plays for them to go left. You putting them in situations that don't allow them to perform. So the best way to protect your kids from afar is to not put them in compromising situations, but to equip them in the event that they find themselves in a compromising situation. And I think that the police parenting that I was referring to earlier is they don't want the other half of the other shoe to drop. They just kind of like, if I take you to private school, if I put you over here, if I move you out there, you should turn out okay. It's like, just because you ain't grow up in the hood don't mean it ain't no fucking bad influence, coke doing, drug dealing kids in them
fucking all the private school
you
girls.
follow what I'm saying?
So
Because they want the experience.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, I be telling my daughter, I got rules. Like one of them is you can't come to me and say that you did this for any other reason than you wanted to.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck what it is.
Bro, I swear to God, real life story, bro. Like I think I asked the question. I'm like, my stepdaughter got her hair done, right? And she wanted to go to, I think she wanted to like go to school, but like she wasn't going to make. She just got her hair done. She wanted to go to school, but it was late for practice, something like that. I wanted her to take a shot or something like that, and she like, I wasn't going to go to school. I'm like, why? She like, so I can go to practice. I'm like, you just got your hair done. You gonna run track and you gonna sweat your hair out? That don't even make sense.
That makes sense.
She like, yeah. I'm like, bro, you just want to go to school so your teammates can see you got your hair done. That's okay.
Yeah.
Just own up to it. You feel me? Like, and that might seem mean or whatever, but I'm like, bro, I'm the same way, bro. Like, I need you to own up to it because I want you to understand there's nothing wrong with how you feel and you being you. I just need you to accept it. 100%. Because at the moment you start being denial, then you're going to start lying. You're going to start being deceitful. You know what I'm trying to say? 100%. And even though that's not a lie, you want to go to practice, but you know damn well you're not about to go to practice. Yeah, like, come on, man.
You know your real reason. Like that might be a part of the reason.
Just be real.
But you know the real
and
reason.
That's
You need her to realize it too. Even if she didn't realize it.
And that's okay though. I want you to understand I'm not judging you for that. I don't give a damn. Like if I got a haircut, shit, I might go to Target just to go get some chips or something. I'm just saying.
I'm finding reasons to get dressed.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I get it. I just want you to understand. That's it.
So 0 to 13, I think you parenting, you know what I mean? You learning their personality. You getting a grasp on who you need to be as a parent. Then 14 and up, you need to be coaching. You still a parent. It's still, coaching don't mean you their friend. Cause I never was friends with my coach personally. Like it was just a different, my coach just wasn't it was just like, I understood that I'm here to be developed. And after a while, that's what it comes to. We just character development. We talk about personal development now in a lot of areas where we had character flaws. But a lot of that could have been offset if our parents helped us build character with an intent to do so.
That's a fact.
And now that's not to negate the fact that some of them really did try, don't do this, don't do that. And we rebel because, we learn from experience. Like, you don't learn from somebody telling you. Like, you can read 20 books on how to drive a car. You won't learn how to drive till you get behind the wheel. That's life, right? So, us being good coaches, good instructors is literally just giving them as many tools as possible so that in the event that they, in any situation, they find themselves equipped. But that girl said, my dad taught me how to X, Y, and Z. I love the fact that my kids can recite shit that I taught them. Yeah. Even if it's a fucking annoying. I don't care because that's, when I think about my step pop, that's what I got to lean on. His wisdom, the shit that he said to me, not necessarily shit he did for me. And that's why I say your kids gonna remember what you taught them, not what you bought them. So
fact,
fuck
bro.
spending all that money. Like, spend money on them, but people think that, and I almost became that dad. I'm gonna tell you why, because we get caught up in our purpose, and I'm like, all right, I got the money, I'm gonna just pay for it. And I had to tell myself, like, no, fuck no. Like, no, give me my kids for the summer. Because I'm not, just because I'm busy and I got shit going on, I'm not losing that dynamic of the presents just because I could buy presents. Fuck that. This shit we got to continue it.
Nah, that's a fact. 100%.
Nah, you just cook with that one. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Go ahead, Q.
That boy, you about to say, y'all got a confession? What you say?
Oh, no. So look, this is funny. And I don't know, it could be a coincidence. So y'all know our community called the One Percenters, right?
Oh, nah, you know that.
Yeah.
You kind of said it like 7 times to the beginning, too.
I seen Q face. I said, so that was funny. I was like, yeah, when I seen I had the 1% Better show, I was telling him, I said, yo, Hill and them got this show called the 1% Better show. I know originally you ain't have a name. Then I probably like the last couple months. But our community called the 1%. But to that point, it was just dope at the same time because we like, it just shows you how like everybody is in a process of trying to get 1% better. So, you know.
And I feel like a lot of things we said today was like, we're all leaders. We all did this. We're all, developers. So to me, that's what our brands, what us as people, what our communities have in common. We're just trying to be better in general, whether it's development, being personally developing, getting your character together, friendship together, relationships, parenting, all it is trying to be better at the end of the day. So that's what's funny. But
I said that's why I said it was a confession. It was just funny because he ain't know. And when I seen it, I was gonna tell you last week, but when I said we was filming, I said we just talk about it.
So another part of the show, we try to we have our 1% better conversation, but then we try to get into shit and like have some fun. So like away from all of the like serious conversation, we got like 15 minutes.
Speed round.
Terrible takes.
Yeah, we could just probably have one terrible take.
All right, we got options. So
you want to go Yo Gotti?
We can give you a choice.
We can run through these
Angela Simmons.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about it.
Give me an overview because I really don't know. I know y'all said they broke up off mic, but like,
so essentially, that's what the overview is. This like Angela Simmons came out in an interview and basically confirmed that her and Yo Gotti broke up. And I just thought it was funny because like Yo Gotti used to write about her in songs. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally would name drop her. It was kind of crazy.
I'm not up on this. So I didn't even know.
No, literally, he was chasing her for
I heard
years.
it in a song that he wrote about when they was together.
Nah,
this is in a something. I'm with Angela. I heard that.
Remember how like Drake and Meek used to chase Nicki? It was like that about Angela Simmons. It was
like down in the DMs, he literally name dropped her. So it was just funny because
he was going crazy.
It's crazy because we often hear this conversation about men chasing after the woman of their dreams for years, this, that, and the third, and then you get them, and then you hear from a woman's perspective, I was like, oh, those are the worst ones. Those are the ones that's going to do you the most dirty. And it was just interesting take to me because I just remember I'm a Gotti fan. You know what I'm saying? So like hearing them name dropper, you got it.
Gotti fans in touchdown.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy.
Going long, field goal, extra point. Yeah,
was that cocaine music too?
Yeah, I was early. I was early.
That's crazy.
But so to that point about, I'll speak on the inverse. Cause I know of a story just like this. So I had 2 friends from high school. One girl I went to high school with, my man, he went to another high school. My man's was trying to get at her for years, from late high school into early adulthood. And she was kind of fleeing him, saying like, nah, because I know what you be on. You fuck some of my friends too. And it was a whole
he was outside.
That's my man's. Like, so for some reason, I never forget this, on my 23rd birthday, we all went out somewhere, whatever. And for some reason that night she said, fuck it. Let's see what happens, whatever. Fuck it. So now you have the right to do whatever you want to do. Have some fun. Summertime fling shit, whatever. We in Miami turning up and out. You can have your vibes, whatever. But for whatever reason, this turned into a 10-year on and off type situation where and he ain't never cuffed it, never committed it, never. Mind you, he was consistent from day one. I'm just trying to fuck around. Like, you already know what I'm on. But for some reason, she convinced herself that it was worth it. Then it could be serious. Then it could be more. And he never wavered. And next thing you know, he had a baby. And next thing you know, she didn't know about the baby. And this and that. So I say all to say to the original point about the guy you probably should have kept over there. They be right sometimes.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You say like the men that be chasing the girls for the longest time and they finally get them, they do them the worst. I don't want to say this on camera, but
speak your truth, King.
I'm gonna keep it 100. You put me on ice, just leave me on ice. Because at this point, you just another box I'm trying to check off. Because now I'm just trying to say I did. I was able to do so. You know, I'm just trying to conquer them here at this point. You ain't want me. So don't want me. For me, it's an ego thing.
I ain't mad at it.
Now I'm just like, man, I knew I was going to do that. I did it. Now look at me. Now you.
There's no way it could be serious.
What Mike Jones said back then, they didn't want me. Now I don't even trust your intentions because now you want to be on me. All of a sudden, you made me wait 10 years. and my career only got better. I only got better as a person, and now you want me? Bitch, kick rocks. Fuck out of here. Like,
we have no future. It's impossible.
Well, I mean, maybe, but I'm just saying, I'm joking, of course, a little facetious podcast, but honestly, like, I don't know. Like, bro, like, you've been pushing me to the side for the years, and now you ran through, and you.
So what if she not? What if she's still a wholesome woman?
He just put a lot of snot on her. Like, just because.
Yeah, what if she a good drum?
How you know that though?
So I mean, I would say you're an astute judge of character. You know, the Carfax back.
You watch the tape.
Yeah, like you feel me? You did your Carfax
your due
report.
diligence.
You did your due diligence.
Like,
it came back.
He said,
it came back clean.
After she put me on ice, after I'm done
and you
with her.
still, you feel what I'm saying? But you had to do that dime.
Dom is crazy.
Oof, you did the bid.
Dom's
Yeah, you had to do that dime.
I thought it was a
give a
5 to
maybe.
10.
You huh?
I'll give you a maybe.
Maybe. I thought he said I give you a baby. I said, damn, this nigga crazy.
0 to 100.
No, because you know a nigga really get her pregnant.
Oh, no,
and still
no.
slide though.
No.
Nigga like you keep you I'm keeping you
I'm not on that.
the 99 that we trying to help improve.
Facts.
But no, so the way I would simplify that shit, man, I say, man, like what's so funny is, man, like a woman clock don't start until they give up, but a man clock started the whole time. So if I've been chasing you since fucking 11th grade and now I'm 29 and you finally give it to me, I just put 12 years into this shit. Whereas though you ain't count the 12 years because it ain't count for you. So now that you sitting still and you're like, okay, I'm here. Where's all that? Why you not pursuing me no more? I just pursued you for 12 years. Fuck are you talking about? Like 12 years straight.
I'm burnt out now.
Like nobody tell you to be a track star. Like
She's a runner.
She's a track star. Y'all niggas is stupid.
you get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, so I get it, but I can understand why a man would check out because to what Hill said, we got egos and it's like, once it becomes a hunt, after I get the kill, what the fuck am I chasing? I killed that already. But if you let it be a song and a dance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now we on rhythm.
Right. So if it's like,
yeah.
because from what I've seen, she won't give him no play. So
She was married. She was like married or something like that.
If we keeping it to Angela Simmons,
He was wilding. I ain't even gonna
married.
let
We
you.
gotta give her a little grace.
if we keeping it to Angela
give her a little
Simmons and Yo God, I didn't even know she was married, but I guess was she married the entire time?
For a large, nah, it was like on and off. I think.
All right. So all I'm saying is, bro, if you married, that's one thing. But if you wasn't married, a dance, even if it's a dance for the years, like it's girls I probably DM and like I know that our situations just don't, you know what I'm saying? But she not like, she not
got cold
egging me.
shoulder,
You know what I'm trying to say? Like what I was seeing was she was just egging this nigga. If that's the case, keep me on ice, baby.
Yeah.
But if it's like we we flirting in the DM and I just live here, you live there, we just ain't get a chance.
song
Yeah,
and
for
dance.
sure.
Yeah.
That's mutual.
Yeah.
But if you just leaving me on man, you can
For
suck
10
my
years.
dick.
At that point, it has to
Bro,
become
tell
an
my
obsession
bad.
to conquer.
Bro, you crazy.
I don't see it being anything other than that. It's like when you playing a game and you can't beat it. After a while, the game ain't even fun no more. My ego won't let me put the controller down.
Yeah, facts.
I gotta accomplish this level because I gotta beat the final boss.
Done. It's like,
But
All right, I'm done. New game.
I'm gonna keep it 100 though. I ain't trying to be corny, but I don't give a fuck about these people. I like who like me.
Yeah,
So like, I don't even think
Always
I'm about to
been
be
that
chasing
way.
somebody for 10
Yeah,
years
same.
that's giving me cold shoulder. Like, you
Never.
must got me fucked up.
I can't imagine it.
Like,
I can't imagine.
you must
literally-
think
it's
my
literally
name
not that
Boo-Boo.
deep.
And I ain't no fool. I'm just saying, like, what? Chasing a girl for 10 years that ain't giving me no play? Yo, Gotti, you a strong man.
Yo.
But you crazy, man. Fuck
Not
out
that
here.
strong, allegedly, because these are allegations. But apparently, he had a, you know what I'm saying?
And even, I'm gonna keep it 100 though. Even,
Allegedly.
you know, we joke, we be back and forth on this, right? On some serious joking. I'm gonna be real, bro. Because I know that about myself. If it's somebody that I really like and she finally giving me play, I'm gonna probably just be like, you know what, bro? For real, I ain't really want nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even want that smut on my name. Because now I look crazy. Think about it. I got a public image, public perception. We get together. Now I dog you out. Now I'm just a dog ass nigga all through the industry. Niggas ain't even take me serious. Yo, you just did all that just to play with this girl. I don't know what happened.
I
don't know
wish
what
I
happened.
knew,
You
because
know what I mean? I have no clue. I'm just saying
I don't got a
hypothetically.
clue.
Yeah, I'm saying hypothetically.
I'm completely oblivious.
Yeah, so I'm just saying if I know I'm not serious, like matter of fact, I was DMing a chick and she was like, I guess I ain't respond. She get to doing the girl thing. And I'm like, you know what?
Got
You're right. I don't even think this is, my bad. I don't even want to play with
I'm
you.
quick to clip.
Yeah, like, I don't even want to play with
Yeah.
you. Like, you right, my bad. That's it.
Shit, they gotta be patient.
Hard feelings.
I had to tell a chick, I said, because it was on me, my communication. I said, my lack of interaction is not due to my lack of interest. I just got shit going on.
I mean,
But if I ain't interested, then I'm gonna say I'm not interested.
but what I will say, but on the other side of that, you ever have a girl that was just consistent?
You always there?
Do you think that we don't like the women that chase us though?
Not me.
You like them?
It's
I ain't
a
gonna lie.
limit.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm curious, like, cause what about having this delusion?
Hey, nah, I ain't talking about the butt. I'm talking about cool.
I mean, I'm
just
talking about delusion.
I'm gonna just say I got one right now.
She committed herself into it. Like,
Bro.
This girl can do no wrong.
Said she applied 50 times.
I don't even want to say 50 because I don't want to put it like that. It's just
she showed it without the interview.
bro, she's just consistent, and I love it
I
because
love that
like
shit too.
it ain't no complaining. It's just okay, cool. What you want me
Damn.
like consistent? And I'm like, damn.
We traumatized. Cause why that should be a normal interaction.
But
But it's
honestly,
not.
with these women, I don't even want to make some man versus woman thing. It's just
Oh,
not.
Jesus.
It's just not.
Tell you
When the last time you had a woman just be consistent?
nigga.
His name is The Wolf. He got 200,000 followers on Instagram. You might have a couple times. 250
No,
of that.
and this go around is a little different. What I'm learning is I'm like, oh shit, like some of them just think they're not supposed to do nothing. And the ones that feel like they should don't know what to do because they afraid to get it wrong. So then they just stay paralyzed in inactivity and they don't want to just do something because they like you too much. So they don't want to fuck up. So I had to decipher between the two. I'm like, oh shit, like it's not that she don't want to do it. She just so afraid to overdo it.
That's we can't have this conversation because that's basically how she act. But the consistency is in the time though. But to your second point, it be things that don't happen, and it be because she even said it. She was like, I don't know if like I don't want to like overstep my you know what I'm saying?
But we got to do better as leaders.
But I can deal with that if you're like consistently showing interest.
100%. But I say,
What up, handsome face? You look
You're not-
good. Like,
yeah,
and like, sitting here,
you're not allowed to act like you don't care about
you
me.
sending me nudes and
Yeah,
shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I love it.
You send that shit.
Some bitches be taking like they act like they be stale as hell. You can't send me no nothing. Like,
No sense of humor, nothing.
right? Like, just
you
just stay like, and then you want what you want me to do? Carry the? And you know what I hate, bro? Boy, I'll be talking to people and they swear just because we podcasters, we ask all the questions. Or no, they swear we ask so many questions because we podcasters.
hate
That's
it.
just who I am. That's why I podcast.
dog.
So
Yo,
you know what I hate?
come
You
on.
gonna talk to a girl, right? And you asking her questions, and she like,
This not
you
a
ain't tell me-
podcast.
You ain't not even that. You ain't tell me nothing about you. Bitch, I asked all the fucking questions. You ain't asked me nothing.
I literally just had this. I
fuck is
said,
wrong
look,
with
I don't
you?
want. I said yesterday, do you have anything you want to ask me? Because I don't want this to feel like an interview. I didn't learn everything about you. You said you asked me nothing in return.
You
not
smart.
one
I'm
thing.
not gonna ask you. So you a smart man, me. But then the girl had the audacity to complain and be like, you ain't. I ain't about to be telling you everything about me. You ain't telling me nothing about you.
You ain't saying how about you?
You
Nothing.
ain't even say what about you.
What about you?
You ain't even.
But yo, fellas, spoiler alert. These bitches don't have personalities. Like, they just, you said it before, not in that word, but you said they just be aesthetics.
Yeah, that's
So a lot of
Not 1% better. This is not 1% better.
This
This is not 1%.
I just had a
It's going on Patreon.
Once he cursed, it's over.
No, he said these bitches ain't.
I just had to
That's
cut
true
through.
for you.
I just had to cut
He
through.
was doing
like,
good.
They don't really have a lot of them. I feel that fit this conversation. The concept. They don't have the personalities. They don't have the fucking follow through
We turn to the
conversation.
red pill
Context,
niggas.
expand. No.
I'm
'Cause
fucking Marvin.
to also
Marvin and
tie
them
together to the put on ice show that. So I had a girl I spoke to years ago. Again, me and my girl been together for a long time. I was talking to her. She friend zoned me at first. I'm cool with it. After a while, she started liking me. She tried to switch gears on it, but it wasn't compatible. It was a whole thing with her. However, I met my now wife at that current season, that same season, and off the rip, she showed interest, was consistent, fucking had conversation, had personality, and it was just it wasn't this fucking, it wasn't even a song and dance. It was just like, no, I like you. What we gonna do? But it wasn't like, well, what can we do? What we gonna do? And it's like, that's what's the mutual.
Since we having
Go
this
from there.
conversation, you know what else I like, bro? I like a girl that know what to say. I said this before, and I was joking, but like, I like a little lie here and there.
A little lie.
Listen,
I want to be delusional.
A little delusion.
Bro, like, I hate
Respectable
lies. Delusion.
maybe it's just the Lord.
Respectable loss.
Maybe it's the younger chicks because the old chicks, they be so stuck in their ways. Like, I ain't telling the nigga that because no, it's like you're stupid. Like at this point, it's like you're dumb because like if you're smart, you would say a little. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying lie to me. Like you know what I'm saying?
You know what I call it? Wetting the wallet. They don't, you know how we gotta get them wet? They don't know how to wet the wallet. You're not open. You're not making me want to open my wallet.
Exactly. I had a girl say, "I got something to say on the
gotta make them wanna do
podcast."
it.
I said, "What you got to say?" I'm Mrs. Hill.
You going to fuck?
Bitch, how much you need? The wallet wet. You need cash that? What is you talking about? old chick is like,
talking about
I'm
the
not-
wallet, what?
The old chick like, I'm not, like, I ain't about to have a nigga. Well, you stay on that side then, you stupid hoe. Like,
No bullshit. You can't have too much.
But I'm the red pill nigga.
Patreon exclusive.
Activated.
Y'all paying for this one.
No, but can I say, but I mean, this is a part of getting 1% better because it let people know we still are growing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Shorty
saying?
said, I got
We
something
ain't
to say on the
perfect. We
podcast.
growing.
What you want to say?
missing
I want to let the people know I'm Mrs. Hill. Well,
Talk your shit.
I ain't gonna lie.
Talk
Look,
that
yo, in my
shit.
DM yesterday, a girl put heart eyes on my post. I had this shirt that said we got DM advantage mode. I said, fuck all that. Be bold. Drop it in the comments. She went straight and dropped it in the comments. I said, oh,
That girl good.
I dropped it in the comments.
I said, man, stop playing for a comment under your picture.
Yeah.
She said, I'm a pennant.
Oh, shit. She doubled down.
Oh my God.
Talk heavy did.
What are we like?
That might be the smoothest shit I ever heard. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie.
I'd have been with her.
You got me.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Everything has become
I'm a pennant.
everything has become a fucking sneaky link.
Yeah.
Like that shit is whack. I can't show outward affection or interest in you because I gotta act like I don't fuck with nobody. No,
corny.
you gonna see me on dates. I'm dating. Fuck all that. And it's just going to be different because I'm not in a relationship. And what I'm trying to do is I'm not out here just fucking around to fuck around.
Yeah.
I'm trying to narrow down my search. But I want to have fun in doing so. So if you got a fire picture you post, I don't want to, like, nigga, I ain't trying to look thirsty, putting heart out. No, like, I don't give a fuck because I'm going to show, like, I'm standing on the fact that I got interest in you. Now, you're not going to see me on every picture because that's just not me. But, you know, if she dropped one fire joint, I don't got to sit in a DM. I'm sitting that shit in the comments. Like, pin my shit like the shorty said she going to do for me. I want my shit to be, my
Let 'em
name
know
to be at
what's
the
up.
top.
Let 'em know what's up.
Yeah, let them know what the fuck going on.
We got to get out of here,
Let's do
man.
it.
Nah, that shit was good.
This was good.
Yo, let's
100% better.
follow y'all everything, man.
Hey, man, you already know, man. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at WolfWSC. Make sure y'all tune into our platform, the Wolf Has Spoken podcast, on the Wolf Network on YouTube and all audio, available on all audio platforms, the Wolf Has Spoken podcast. And yeah, man, follow the Wolf Network at wolfnetwork.wsc. Thank y'all boys for having us, man.
For sure.
Absolutely. I'm Ryan Q Live, as in the right side on QUE Live, right on Q Live.
1% better.
Yo, you might not ever see this shit on YouTube.
Yeah, you a nut. It's going on our YouTube then. Fuck
It's a
it.
wrap. We out.
Peace.